If in just days I formed the earth, separated light from darkness, and set the heavens and the earth in order, what could I not do for you in the next few minutes, my son, my daughter? What you are about to experience is not a coincidence. It is no accident that you have come this far. It is not a mistake that your eyes are reading these words right now, because just as I formed the universe with the power of my word, so too can I transform your life in the blink of an eye. I have seen every tear you shed in silence. I have felt your broken heart in the nights when no one else noticed. I have heard your cries, even those you couldn't express in words. I know the depth of your pain, especially because of that person you love deeply and who is no longer with you. I know how much you've longed for a sign, an answer, a reason, but today I, your God, come to speak to you clearly. Now it is serious. This is the moment. This is your time. This is your encounter with me. It is not a time to turn back or give up. It is not a moment to hide in doubt or fear. It is a time to believe that the impossible is about to become real in your life. Just as I opened the Red Sea so my people could walk through on dry land, I will open paths in your desert. Just as I send manna from heaven in the midst of lack, I will send abundant provision over your home. Just as I touched hardened hearts and transformed lives with my mercy, today I come to touch you, to renew you, and to lift you up with power. This month of June will not pass like any other. It will be a turning point in your story. It will mark a before and after. The miracle that is approaching will not be small, ordinary, or temporary. It will be great enough to change your whole life. It will transform your finances, your relationships, your emotional and spiritual state. I will fill your days with unlimited provision, not so you get lost in material things, but so you become a channel of blessing, so you live in freedom and can give to others as you have always wanted to. I will surround you with genuine people, healthy relationships, friendships that build you up, and I will restore family ties you thought were lost. And not only that, I will bring peace, a peace that surpasses all understanding, a peace that will fill your mind, calm your anxiety, and rest in your soul like a gentle river after the storm. This peace will not come from the world, nor from your achievements or efforts, but directly from me, because I am your God, your refuge, your shield, your provider, your healer. My beloved son, my sweet and precious daughter, you have been chosen for this time. Today I am giving you the keys to financial independence, not so you may glorify yourself, but so you may glorify my name. I am giving you access to opportunities, connections, ideas, and open doors that no one will be able to close. What once seemed impossible to you will now be made manifest. Your family will witness what I am doing. You will be a living testimony that I am the God of miracles. But do not rush ahead, do not close your heart or say, "I've heard this before," and walk away. This word is not like the others. This word is life to your bones, light to your path, and an answer to your cry. Stay here with me. Listen until the end, because the enemy will try to distract you, to make you think this is just another message, but it is not. This message is my voice speaking directly to you. This may be your last opportunity to hear and obey. Remember, I love you with an everlasting love. I have not forgotten your works, your struggles, your faithfulness. Even when you thought you were alone, I was there. And now I say to you with all authority from my heavenly throne, this is serious. Heaven is moving in your favor, my child. Do not close your heart. Do not let weariness or routine extinguish the fire I am igniting within you at this very moment. I, the Lord your God, am speaking to you right now. From before you were born, my eyes were on you. You were formed with purpose, woven together with divine intention. Every day of your life was written in my book before even one of them came to be. Listen to me carefully. This is a sacred time, a moment marked in heaven, a season I have set apart just for you. It is no coincidence that you are reading this. It is not by accident that your steps have led you here. I have moved heavens, circumstances, and hearts to find you in this very place. Because I love you with an everlasting love, with mercy that renews every morning, with grace that never runs dry, and with favor that no power of darkness can stop, I proclaim peace, victory, healing, and blessings over your path in every month of the year. From January to December, my mighty hand will go with you. You will no longer drift aimlessly or live in the shadow of what once was. You are entering a new phase, a glorious season where you will experience back-to-back successes, continuous progress, and endless wonders. Every step you take will be a victory. Every effort you make will be rewarded, and every moment of your life will be saturated with extraordinary miracles. Am I not the one who makes rivers in the desert? The one who gives sight to the blind and lifts up the fallen? Am I not the same God who multiplies the little and turns the broken into living testimonies? So trust, believe, and walk by faith, because what I have for you goes far beyond anything you've dreamed. The days of lack are coming to an end. The times of affliction are being replaced with a time of honor, provision, abundance, and peace. I am restoring what you lost, even what you thought was buried forever. I am bringing back the dreams you once discarded, and I am igniting new visions, new desires marked by my seal. This won't be just another month. This June is prophetic. It's a portal, a turning point. Many won't see it, but you will, because you have searched, cried out, waited, and now your reward is coming. I have seen you move forward even when you felt alone. I saw you lift others while you were quietly falling apart. I saw you forgive when it was hard, sow when you had little, and trust when everything seemed lost. And now I, your Heavenly Father, respond to that faith with open heavens. The resources you need, the right people, the key opportunities, everything is already aligning. And even though many did not understand you, even though they rejected or forgot you, I never left your side. Even in your darkest valley, I was with you. Even when you didn't feel me, my presence sustained you. And now, with my voice of love and authority, I declare over you, you are free, you are blessed, you are prospered, you are chosen, you are mine. What is coming is not a temporary relief, but a permanent transformation. You will rise with new strength, and nothing will stop you. The cycles that held you back will be broken, the yokes that weighed you down will be shattered, and you will walk in freedom, not by your merit, but by my power. Because my Spirit is upon you, and where my Spirit is, there is liberty. Yes, my son. Yes, my daughter. This is your hour. This is your time. Let go of doubt, fear, guilt, and the voice of the enemy that whispers you are unworthy. For I call you worthy by my blood. I make you an heir through my promise, and I raise you up with authority through my grace. And listen closely, your story does not end in pain. It does not close in loss. That person you loved deeply and who is now with me in heaven did not leave without my knowledge, did not depart without purpose. There is peace, there is rest. And though you cannot see it now, the day will come when you will understand that even in death, I continue working for good. Your future is still alive. Your purpose still stands. Do not look back in anguish, look forward in hope. Now prepare yourself, because what is coming cannot compare to what has passed. I am releasing over your life a season of glory, joy, fullness, and abundance. Each passing day will be a confirmation that this was neither imagination nor coincidence. It is my voice, it is my calling, it is my promise, and I do not lie. Before time began, I had already mapped the course of your existence. You were not born by chance, nor are you on this earth without reason. Every fiber of your being, every detail of your life, was carefully designed with an eternal purpose. Nothing you've gone through has been in vain. Though many moments seemed empty of meaning, each one was woven into the sacred fabric of a greater plan that is now beginning to unfold. There was not a single day that escaped my sight, nor a single sigh of yours that I did not hear. Even in the silence, I was working. Even when you couldn't see me, I was sustaining you. Even when you didn't understand, I was guiding you. And now the time has come for everything that once seemed scattered to begin taking shape. The season of waiting is being redeemed by a season of fulfillment. My faithfulness does not change. My plan is never delayed. What I have spoken will come to pass, even if everything around you seems to say otherwise. Every passing second, every added day, is part of an intentional process leading your life toward a glorious destiny. I do not improvise. I am not surprised by difficulty, nor am I stopped by circumstances. If I split the sea, sent bread from heaven, and turned water into wine, then I can surely bring multiplication where there is lack, restoration where there is ruin, and healing where there has been weeping for far too long. I now declare over you a season completely unlike the ones before. Every stage you've lived through was preparation, the ground being broken for the new things I am now establishing. There are things your mind cannot yet comprehend, but they are already in motion in the spiritual realm. Doors that have remained closed for years are beginning to open, not because of human persistence, but because of my direct intervention. The chains that kept you trapped in repeating patterns have been broken by the power of my voice. And where there was once limitation, now a fountain of abundance begins to flow. I declare peace over you, a peace that will not be shaken by the noise of the news, by the weight of worry, or by unexpected storms. This peace comes from my presence, and it will be a wall that guards you even when everything else fails. I declare compass in every area where you felt defeated. The battles that once seemed endless are now turning in your favor, not through human strategy, but because I have sent angels to intervene on your behalf. I declare healing, not only physical healing, but healing in the deepest parts of your soul. That wound you've carried for years, that word that marked your childhood, that betrayal you kept buried in silence, all of it is now being touched by my power, not to cover it, but to completely restore it. I declare blessings not just for today, but for every month of the year. In January, I gave you direction. In February, I sent alliances. In March, I strengthened your faith. In April, I tested your endurance. In May, I blew new winds. And now, in June, I release visible and tangible manifestations of everything that has already been declared in the unseen. You are entering a new phase in which you will experience consecutive victories. Not a single, isolated moment, not an exception, but a sequence marked by my favor. What once seemed stagnant will be activated. What was dry will begin to blossom. Progress will be continuous, not dependent on natural resources, but sustained by the provision of heaven. Those who underestimated you will witness my hand. Those who walked away without explanation will be astonished to see how I myself am supporting your journey. Every step will be a victory because you are not walking alone. Every effort will result in advancement because you are on my path, and every moment will be saturated with extraordinary miracles. For I have opened the heavens so that my glory may descend without measure upon you. You won't be touched by just one or two miracles, but by an unceasing rain of divine interventions that will rewrite the narrative of your life. My word does not return void. What I have begun, I will complete. Even though the waiting has been long, every second is being redeemed. You did not waste your time trusting in me. Your hope was not in vain. Something greater is being formed behind the curtain, something no one will be able to take from you. The sound of your praise, even in the midst of your pain, has been like fragrance in my presence. The act of forgiving when it wasn't fair, of sowing even when you saw no harvest, of loving without being loved in return, all of that has risen as a memorial before me. And now I, the Lord, am descending with a reward. Remember the times you thought you couldn't go on, and yet, here you are not by your strength, but by mine. And I will do it again, only greater. I will raise you with renewed purpose, clear vision, multiplied strength, and an identity sealed by my Spirit. You will no longer be defined by your failures or by the losses of your past, but by the transformation I am bringing about in you from the deepest parts of your being to the most visible areas of your life. This is the work I am doing, and nothing will stop it. I do not measure time as the world does. I am not bound by calendars or clocks. What seems slow to others is perfect to me. What you perceive as delay is merely the exact maturation of a promise that cannot fail. I do not act in haste, but I am never late. Every minute you've lived hath been accounted for with precision, and every season has had a purpose under heaven. Nothing hath been wasted. Even the paths you thought were wrong have been redirected by my hand to bring you exactly where you need to be. I have woven your story with threads you cannot always see, but soon they will form a tapestry of glory that reflects my power. There is much you do not understand right now, and that's okay. I did not call you to understand everything, but to trust. Understanding will come in time, but faith is for today. And faith, when held in silence, when it remains alive in darkness, produces a fruit that transcends the natural. That fruit is already maturing in you. You've gone through seasons of apparent contradiction when what I showed you in secret didn't seem to match what you were living outwardly. But that is about to change. The vision I placed within you was not an illusion. What you saw in prayer, what you sensed in your spirit, I planted it. And what is sown in faith never dies. The roots of what I'm building in you have grown deep. They can't be seen on the surface, but they are there, firm and ready to support what is now beginning to emerge. What seemed like a time of stillness was actually a time of strengthening. I was building from the hidden places, preparing a foundation that would not collapse under the winds of trial. Because what is coming will not be fragile. It will not be fleeting, it will be lasting, steady, filled with purpose, and backed by heaven. You are being repositioned. I am moving you to new places, not just physically, but in your way of thinking, in your decisions, in your speech, and in your dreams. I am aligning your will with mine. I am shifting your priorities and drawing your focus to the eternal over the temporary. I am removing you from what seemed good so I can give you what is best. What you saw as loss was actually protection. What was closed was my hand redirecting your focus. It was not punishment, it was care. Because you do not know what would have happened had I allowed what you asked for before its time. But I knew, And that is why I closed certain doors, not to deny you blessing, but to preserve you for what is true and complete. Now you will see how time is being redeemed. What seemed lost will be returned. What was delayed without reason will now arrive without resistance. The delays that once weighed on you will be overtaken by divine acceleration. The opportunities you thought were lost were never gone, they were safeguarded, and now they will reappear, but this time with favor. You will see paths where before there were only walls. You will see fruit where there was once barrenness. You will see fulfilled promises where only broken memories remained. And I tell you this, do not compare yourself. Do not measure your worth by the progress of others. Everyone walks their own journey, but what I have for you is unique. Your gifts, your abilities, your experiences all have been refined for a purpose that no one else can fulfill like you. What I am shaping in you is not a copy of someone else's story. It is a one-of-a-kind narrative, written by my own hand. Stop questioning yourself. Stop minimizing your value. You were not designed to live in anyone's shadow. You were called to shine with the light I placed within you. Even those who rejected you, even those who did value you, will witness what I am about to do with you, not as vengeance, but as testimony. Because when I lift someone up, I do it so many may see my power and return to me. What I will do with you is not only for your benefit, but for the transformation of others. There are people who will be blessed through what you're going to live. There are families that will be restored through your obedience. There are generations that will speak of what you are walking through now. So do not grow weary. Do not consider finished what is still in progress. I am still writing, and I have not yet said amen. I have not forgotten the promises, even though years may have passed since you first heard them. Every word that came from my mouth is still alive. There is no expiration on what I declare. Heaven and earth may pass away, but my words will never fail to be fulfilled. When I speak from eternity, and what I declare will not return void, it will accomplish what I sent it to do. Sometimes you think silence means I've forgotten, but that's not the case. Silence is part of my language too. In silence, I mold your character. In silence, I test your perseverance. In silence, I deepen your roots, not to punish you, but to establish you. Because what I have prepared for you requires a solid foundation, one that does not bend easily. There are things you haven't seen yet because they weren't ready. Just as fruit must remain on the tree until the right time for harvest, so too must the blessings I've reserved for you grow in secret. I have not given them to you sooner, not out of indifference, but for your protection. Because a blessing delivered before its time can become a burden instead of a gift. What I have for you is good, but it must come at the right moment. And that moment is approaching. Trust that what I am doing in the hidden places is preparing you to carry what's coming. You are not forgotten, and you are not behind. You are exactly where I need you to be. Remain faithful, remain patient, and watch how everything I've promised begins to unfold, perfectly timed, deeply rooted, and full of purpose. But the right time is coming, and when the floodgates open, I will do it in such a way that you won't have to force it. You won't have to convince anyone, or strive to prove your worth. It will be evident. It will be natural. It will be my hand. I am moving circumstances in places where your feet have not yet stepped. I am touching hearts in your favor. I am calling forth people who will bring support, momentum, and direction. What has taken you years to understand will now be revealed with clarity. What once caused confusion will be unmasked. The answers you've waited for won't come as human explanations, but through a peace that fills the void of why, and a joy that answers with for what. Many of the paths you are about to take may seem unconventional. They won't follow the expected pattern or established logic. But do not fear, my direction does not always align with custom, but it always produces fruit. Do not seek everyone's validation to move. Some instructions will come directly from me and will be confirmed in your spirit before they are confirmed by those around you. Not everyone will understand what you're doing, but I do, and that's enough. I'm also changing the way you speak, because the tongue has power, and many of the cycles you've lived through were fueled by words that unknowingly came from your mouth. And now I'm teaching you to declare what comes from my heart, not from your fear. I'm instructing you to release words that build, that declare good, that awaken what has been asleep. You will begin to see your surroundings shift when your words align with my will. Your voice will become an instrument of transformation, not just for your life, but for those around you. You have not been called merely to survive. I did not form you to walk in lack of purpose or to remain in the shadows of dreams you once had. I have called you to live with fullness, with impact, with clear direction. You are not an accident. You are not a mistake. You are not forgotten. You are in process, information, and closer to manifestation than you realize. Sometimes the moment right before the light is the darkest, but it is not the end. It is the threshold. It is the signal that something new is about to be born. When you see some people walk away, do not grieve. Not everyone who started with you is meant to finish with you. Some were part of the beginning, but not of the fulfillment. And that's okay. I'm not taking people from you, I'm leaving you with the right ones. I'm refining your environment, removing what hinders, clearing what does not build. What remains after this season will be part of your construction, not your destruction. And don't forget this: the seed does not die when it falls into the ground. It only seems to disappear for a time. But in the invisible, true life begins. That's how it hath been with you. They counted you out, buried you with words, ignored you during key moments, but they didn't know you were germinating. Now comes the time to sprout, to grow, to multiply, and no force will be able to stop what I'm about to release. Do not fear. Do not doubt. Do not look back with regret. Look forward with hope at what is opening before you, because what's coming is not a distant promise, it is fulfillment in motion. It is living word descending into your reality. This is the time. Heaven has spoken. The cycle has turned. The work is underway. What began as a reading has truly been an encounter, a calling, a divine appointment. And from this moment, something new begins.